check, radio check. Lurk at work is in the AO. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Glad you can join us today for another round. Motorsport Manager. Bit of a recap. Well, before that, I'd like to apologize for starting late. Supposed to be here a bit, but I had to handle something that was not that couldn't be postponed, and I had to focus first. So I had to delay the stream, but sorry for not notifying any of you. At least that one's done now, and now we can actually focus on getting this over and done with. So a bit of a recap. Last time we finished all of the 2026 season races, and as expected, we finished the season dead last, mostly because we weren't really prepared to fight. And now we're back in the European Racing Series. Now we're just still in the process of building our new chassis for the next season, and we're still working on a couple of what is this? Ah, dang it. Okay, they're not really a fan. They need it to be a bit bigger. Okay, fine. I prefer a signing fee. 240 then? Not too worried about everything else, so I guess. How much do I... the rest is only 135. What was the last one? 181. Fine, 242. Good Lord. At this point, I might have to find a different driver. At least they're neutral about race bonuses, so no need to worry about that. So let's continue with that on. And apparently we got another proposal. Was that a proposal? It wasn't. If she doesn't want to, we'll have to look into the other guys we've already started. And we've also set up a queue progress for some of the newer drivers that have shown up in the list. I'm not too confident that we'll get a really good driver out of this. I'm seeing a lot of really low numbers here, unfortunately. But I'll be happy to make do with what we have. I mean, there's still a couple of them that might be useful, especially for marketing and all that. It's just a lot of their stats are really awful. You know, Carlson, team player, designing clothing line, modeling tryout. I mean, if things go bad, we can just ask this lady to be with us. Her stats are pretty decent. She's still pretty young. No, not exactly young at 25, but that should be enough to give us some pretty high numbers. At start, she's just having a problem with focus, fitness, and consistency. Everything else, manageable. Just in case. Just in case. I hope nobody picks up on her. Oh, what's this? Okay. At least she's coming with us again. I know Jessica Legg isn't exactly really good right now, but I think she can work pretty well with just a bit more improvements. And she's happy with she's currently happy with us. And I think some of her skills are actually very useful, so I want to keep her for as long as we can. Ugh, her performance is just whiffed. Really bad look there. Please tell me you're gonna sign up. Ah, crap. Dang it, that means... please tell me they didn't sign up the others. She's already Archer. I'll have to reload that then. Drivers... Scouting. Is there nobody I can scout? Well, she's... reserve already. Dang it. Sanjay is decent, I suppose? Oh, pay driver. But he's only 33. Yeah, he's already dropping, though. And he's already retired. Kane would be decent. I could probably talk to him. He's just still 22. Okay, interested. Status is now. Let's go for equal status. Wages are fairly important. All right, let's give him 256 then. Short contract. That's a problem. Uh, Anybody else? I mean, he's got decent stats, but the short contract thing is a problem. Two. Christian West is also on the way out already, so we can't really use him. Ugh, somebody snapped some of the younger drivers already. Old game Winikazu is still pretty young, but we're still in the mood, in the roles for scouting him. I think I will put him up on the queue for a bit longer, a bit quicker. Then we'll we'll set these scout outs later. Dang it! I know scouting is really pretty much secondary most of the time, especially when you're already late in the game, but I still wish I had more speed for this. Really bad smoothness and consistency, but he's pretty decent at overtaking, really good at braking and cornering, and very fit, which means he can really market things up thanks to sim racing. But as far as skills are concerned, Ane has a higher potential. So, I mean, we can probably try and talk with him. Okay, let's see the stats again. Can I compare him with another sim driver? No. Unemployed driver, yes. The one we have down here. Why is he injured? Was that what I was looking at? No, not Arbeloa. Dang it. Oh, was it? No, it wasn't Dominique Savine. It was Ivo Marcelino. Let's confirm Ivo with Kane. Okay, Ivo has better skills in braking cornering, but he's not very smooth. He's good at overtaking, not consistent, not very adaptable, much more fit. Worse feedback. Well, right now Kane has better experience as far as overall stats are concerned. 2.5 stars compared to Evo's 2. They both have a total of 4.5, which seems decent enough. But I think Kane is growing faster at least. Slightly better marketability, but it's a temporary trait. I'm not sure we're gonna get anything out of him unless we get some pretty nice driving form. Who else can we use? Sure, there's somebody else in the driver list that we can talk to that's pretty decent and still marketable. And then there's the young Anderson de Silva Melo, who's got good stats, but he's got no other traits, and he's only good for open wheel racing. But he's pretty young, and he's got a lot of growth in him. I think we can talk to him, actually, even though his marketability is a bit low. He's really going real well with this. I think we can approach him instead. And he's interested. Pretty young. There's still a lot of growth in there. We can put him in. Okay. Put him at. Why is our cost per race a bit lower? I think I gave her something higher. This is kind of weird. Anyway, the problem is they want short contracts. I want somebody who will stay with the team for longer. Like, he's got good stats, but if he wants a short contract, he's not going to stay long for us. Hane also has a problem in short contracts overall, I think. Yeah, he's also got a short contract mindset, not exactly a good thing for us. Sanjay Modi is good, but his stats are dropping. And his marketability isn't exactly up to par. Anybody else? No, none of these guys are going to talk to us. They're always signed up. The best drivers are always with the best teams. Tina Petri is also dropping. Yep, her stats have peaked. She's probably going to retire at the end of the season, even though, no career history. That kind of sucks. She's also got poor marketability, so we can't really rely on her there. Anybody else? Max Schmidt is at 30. His stats have peaked though, so he's also going to be dropping. And there's also the resource hog thing, which is kind of annoying. I'm having a lot of trouble with resource hogs. Stats have peaked as well. Rock solid. Dang it. These guys have pretty good stats, but they're old. At this rate, we might have to go with somebody who's a... Hold on a second. Does she want to talk with us? No! Dang it. Well, this is just a consequence of driving in a low-class series. Unfortunately, Vadero doesn't want to talk to us. And her stats are... Ooh, maxed out stats. Very good there. Too bad she doesn't want to talk to somebody in the ERS anymore. Shovsky, Crash Happy, Track Racing, Drift Team, Drive Sheet Hero. Also not want to talk with a ERS driver. I don't think Alvarez is gonna yeah. How about Sylvander? Nope. Anybody else out of here? Sylvander is anyway at 31, so even if we do talk to him, his stats might drop after we sign him up. Dang it. I guess we have no choice but to go with some of these shorter stat drivers, Ane might be a bit better. We can probably check his stats with anybody else. Who else did we have in mind? Sanjay? Yeah, Sanjay. Morale's low. Sanjay is much more smooth. He's better at feedback, is a bit more focused. Unfortunately, he's already retiring. We can't really use him. Who else? Silva Melo. Better at braking, better at cornering, just not as smooth. He's very good at overtaking. Not very consistent, not very adaptable. A bit more fit, but his feedback is awful. And his focus, he's not there. He's not all there, so to speak. Marcelino. Yeah, we were checking Marcelino's stats earlier. I mean, all things considered, I can probably approach... Marcelino is one for a medium contract. I really can't tell who I want to sign. I mean, Kanye is slightly older, has better marketability, but it only lasts for 4 weeks, unfortunately. I think it's going to go. It's the feedback that's an issue. I can't really use Marcelino for feedbacks since his stats are pretty low, but his sim racing boost means he's very good at marketability and he's good at overtaking, which is very nice. I think we can go with that. He's much better at braking and cornering after all. It's just the smoothness of it all. One smoothness, one consistency, 4 on focus. This guy's gonna have a lot of trouble unless he can grow his stats fast enough, which I don't think we can do properly. Hang on. I need to check what that stat means. Oh, for tire wear. So we could go for Kane, but he's not exactly one to keep up with his tires, so that's a problem. Who else do we have on the list that's useful? Or below was an old one. But he's only 35, so we can't really use him anymore. Orm is a 22, but he's passive, which means he's terrible at overtaking, and he's a schmoozer. Nah, I don't use my politics that much. Rappa is a drift racer. That's pretty much it. And his stats, not exactly at far. I think I want to go with Kane instead, but contract thing is an issue. See, he's interested, yes, but he only wants a short contract, which means end of this season. I want somebody who's gonna stay for longer. This is a tricky run. I know I really shouldn't be stuck with this part. How about we load previous one? Previous autosave. Nope. Not load that anymore. Dang it! Guess we have no choice, but we'll have to talk with somebody else that's pretty new. Oof, what's this? 21, renewed passion. It's only gonna last for 14 weeks. His stats are pretty decent, but his growth is abysmal. And his stars are already peaking up. Can't really use that. Smoothness, smoothness, smoothness. Smoothness 5, smoothness 11. Unfortunately, we've already lost Cagnetta Carlson to Archer. Can't really use her. I gave her the same amount of contract money, but she still rejected us. That's not good. I wonder if I missed something on the bonus. Anderson de Silva Mello. I want somebody who's gonna stay with us for longer. Just so disappointed these guys don't want to go for long contracts. I guess we can go with Evo instead, but his stats are just not exactly there. Especially the smoothness bit, which is what I'm concerned about, especially with the tires we're going to be getting. So, what do we want? Savine's also not very smooth, but he's got some pretty decent stats. Apart from that. Okay, let's try and start again, see if we can still confirm stuff for our girl. If not, we'll go with Kane. I feel like this is a bad idea. I think we could have gone with Kane instead. Still, I want somebody who will stay with the team for longer. Not for the loyalty bonuses, but more like someone who won't be a problem for contract negotiation at the end of the season. Especially since we're still trying to invest that money in something else besides the drivers. Like, not that I don't want to invest in drivers, because we still need a good, well-rounded driving staff. It's just that oh, I already saved. Dang it! She changed her. I think she did. Dang it. We'll just have to see if we can contact our new driver then. Oh, I already set the queue up, didn't I? Yes, we won't be able to. Any more of these guys, which means we'll have to approach Kane now. I'm feeling like we're gonna be rejected. Where's Kane? Kane. Full status. Fine. It's 31. Signing fee. 5. Max out the bonus at 60,000. Let's see if he actually does it. Just in case, since we already saved. Yeah. Oh, she's still considering. Okay. What's her stats? Her stats are much better. She's only 20, so I guess we can increase her up to $302. Signing fee will be up to 300,000. Alright, let's see if this guy will still talk to us. Judovish would be nice. Oh, they got a new lead designer at Octane. Okay. Yes. Still want Jessica Legg on the team. Next unread mail. Yeah. Hane would be good. Let's see if... Ah! Dang it! He's not happy with the sign-in and costs, sign-in fee and her payments. I guess we'll have to give him a 300 max output. 294 maybe. Now let's max out. God, these drivers are such divas. Sponsor offer. What? See what we got. Contract proposal. Ah! Okay! Sorry, Kane. We'll retract the offer for you now. She'll be a bit expensive, at least. But she'll be running for a bit longer. And she's got good marketing for now. Plus her skills are pretty high, so I think we can roll with her. Gonna be a lot. Let's see if we can act. Ooh, $3 million a year. She's gonna be one hell of a paker. And well, the problem is she won't really be helping us that much in terms of money since she doesn't have the pay driver option. But I think with her stats and her skills, she'll be a decent enough driver for us. To provide some support, I think we can take out this favorite star now. So for now, let's go with her. Hopefully our choices are good. Not too confident, really. Higher trade-off. Ooh, that's a lot of mail. Let's see who got signed up for whose team. Carlson. Oh, there it is. Kane switched. I thought he wanted to stay on for only a single race series. What the heck? Villa, and then there's Balkan. Balkan has moved to Octane. What the heck? Hornblatt has also moved. He's now in Zampelli. Oh, it's speeding. Okay. That's enough help for marketing, at least. I'm able to control my car at high speeds. Oh my god. Too bad we can't make use of that right now since we're currently in pre-season. Do I want to go for tire heating over tire wear, or do I want to stay as is? I keep getting this one every single year, and every time I keep forgetting what I want to do. Okay, let's see what we got. I go for heating or wear? I think wear is much more important right now, right? So I don't want to do much for that, even though we're gonna lose some wear, because I want to be a bit more on durability. Even with this, even with our better drivers, I don't think we're gonna be able to do much. So I want to. Oh no, what's with Matilda? Stall. What? Already listed. Didn't I put? Oh, Ogie's gonna be there later. Okay. Ah, why did she join a cult? This is not good. My kappa energy is aligned. What? Let's hope this negativity goes down before the start of the season. Some potential. He's also a paid driver. Dang it! Too bad he's not very smooth. He's adaptable though. A bit of a greenhorn. Pretty new. 19. Racing trucks? Hmm. That's rare. Japanese driver in the racing truck category? That's a unique selection. Okay, Kane has 4 stars at least, which is... Oh, no, not Kane. It's Ogi. We'll probably think of him next time, since he's also a paid driver. Weaker driver, but he's got good potential. Elegard would be one of the weakest, but he has a decent amount of potential. Very smooth, but he's not much for overtaking. Oh, nice. Thanks for that. We're going to get some good sponsors this season. As long as the modeling ability stays until the end of the race, that is. I don't think that's going to... until the start of the season, at least. I don't think that's going to last, though. Not too confident about it. Ooh, Elena Fedorova. Her stats are dropping. Her stats are dropping significantly. Panic prone? Ugh. Resource hog and panic prone. Not a good sign there. Where's the HQ visit? Another retiree. I guess I can afford a drop in morale for Judovish. She's not. She already has a good morale thanks to the thanks to the cult thing that probably will disappear afterwards, but still. Wait, her stats are pretty fast growing, right? Okay, maybe not that fast, but still. This'll help us a bit more. Okay, scout finished. Livery time. Oh, improvability. Let's see, what's on the scouting list? We have Shayla Ash. Potential is huge, even though she's a decent driver. Ooh! Ooh! Oh, that's a problem. She's a spendthrift, so she needs $250,000 in earnings every year. And she's... Wait, what? Oh! Wait, did we talk to her before? Remember. Good cornering. No, I don't think we talked to her before. What? How is she offended with us when we don't even know her before? Like, she's just 17. 17? We haven't even seen her stats yet. What the heck? What is she being angry with me about? She's not very consistent, not very focused, and having trouble with braking. Feedback is also negligible. But everything else is great. She'll have a good time. Too bad she's just a reserve. No problem. 5, yeah, she can spend the next week at home. Oh. Oh, he's already driving with Vexala as a main driver. There it is. Amelia Vroom. A little too on the nose with the name. Okay, what do we want? Provability over efficiency. What do we want with that? The fuel efficiency is already pretty low, I think. Car. Yeah, no. Let's not. Leave it be. More people on the scouting list for go. It's livery time. Oh no. This is our recent livery when we joined the Asia Pacific Super Cup. I want to change this one. Have we used this one before? This, I believe, we've used before. Splash livery. This one, I definitely know we've used before. I guess we'll go for Splash this time and keep the same colors. Yes. Definitely not in the mood to pay for extra. 84% towards finishing the chassis. Anything else on the news? Ah, good. Maline's out of the cold spell. Let's see. Ivan Etienne would be a low-quality driver, but he has a decent amount of potential. He's very smooth with the tires, but he's terrible at feedback. He's very young, too. With this out of shape. I'm addicted to video games. I know that feeling all too well. He is very smooth. Unfortunately, everything else doesn't seem to fit well with that. Else. Zuber of Lockhart, nah. Maline is now back to full combat capability. Wiltshire will be one of the weakest. He's probably not worth taking a huge amount of her potential, as she's appearing the limits of operating near the limits of her driving ability. She's good at cornering, but she's not very fit. Oh wow, what the heck? What the hell happened to her? But Isabel Colon. Fairly decent, but she has the ability to prove into a very strong driver with the championship. She's a good feedback driver, but she struggles with wow. She's already with pump anyway, so. Pre-season testing this weekend. I'm not confident with our car. I'm very not confident with our car. There we go. Energy recovery. Josimari Liebers would be a low-quality driver, but he has a decent amount of potential for growth. He's good at overtaking, but he struggles with being fit, which means he'll have a lot of problems and injuries. Not very smooth either. That's gonna eat our tires too much. On. Welcome to the European Racing Series. There is one rather hefty rule active in this championship which you may not be used to. The energy recovery system. This system allows your car to harvest energy as they race, which is then stored in a battery. As a manager, you can then decide when to utilize this energy. You can currently do this in one way. Power mode. Activating this mode is like lighting the blue touch paper, giving your car a huge speed boost. This drains the battery very quickly. And finally, remember that the ERS is only active during a race. Good luck. Wait, how come this has the slow drain mode? That's weird. Oh, so that means when we gave our drivers the ability to control things in the Asia Pacific Super Cup back then, they had access to this by mistake. Ah, I see. Anyway, preseason time. Let's see how things are gonna go. I'm not too confident about this. Yep, yep. I expected this performance. We've got overheating too. Pretty low there. Yeah, no. -8 to morale. No change for Judovish, but I guess we'll have to struggle for this season while we make up our money. Huh? Oh, pit crew's still next to the worst. Fairly decent. I'd say we had a fairly good winter in our performance, but what we expect to be. All right. What do we want to start with? Uh, okay, let's go for. I think we should go for a gearbox first. Hang on, let me just see what is required, or rather, what is recommended. A recommended part for this channel, for this calendar race. Black in the back in the Black Sea. We're going for engine and. Looks like it's going to be engines again. Engines and outputs. Go for a boosted top speed for the time being. It'll cost us a pretty penny, I'm afraid. What else? Scouting. And let's improve some of the other parts for now, since we're going to be needing... Wow! Oh wait, they're all spec parts. It's the only thing we can build right now, so I think we'll go for some... We'll improve the reliability of this guy. Or rather for... Yeah, we're going for Muse. How can I be Mew? Hopefully, there'll be enough time to improve the reliability of the new engine as well. So this will be Perez's engine for the time being, since it will have higher performance. Okay. Third or first? What? Why only this? This is going to be insane. Is it because we dropped? I'm feeling it's because we dropped that they expect us to end higher. I think the chairman will be very unhappy at the end of this race, or at the end of this season. We'll have a chairman's ultimatum for the first time in our career. Ugh, that's gonna be nasty. Anyway, let's go for third for the time being. I'm not very confident in the capabilities of our car. And now we have enough money to actually build that HQ building we've been wanting to build. Let's see if we can actually build it, though. How much money will be left with us if that ever happens? $10 million. I can work with that. Let's go. Hopefully, we'll actually get something out of this, but unfortunately, it's going to take a while for the building to show up. It's going to take 50 weeks. The entirety of the season. We're not going to be able to do much. Hopefully, we'll be able to save. And currently, since most of these are stock, or rather, yeah, most of them are stock, we can pretty much work with just the engine. I'm very happy that we just need to save on engine parts and not much else. So hopefully we'll be able to survive this run. Even with just going for third. I'm not confident we'll be able to go up to first, really. Okay. Ahab Colvin will be one of the stronger drivers. His potential is also pretty good. Very good braking, but he's not one for overtaking, so he's... Oh, wow. They weren't kidding. He's currently in Ozu as a reserve, so we can't really go with... Oh. Having a secret affair, huh? New brakes R&D. It's going to be a 30-lap race, and we're going for speed. And good chance of rain, too. Okay, let's do some No, not fit parts. Let's go with improved parts. I'm going to improve the performance of this guy 2 days before the race. Okay, anything else? It looks like they're happy with the parts so far, yes? Yes, very delighted. Very happy with what the parts we have are now. But the ERS thing is going to be annoying to deal with. I'm not too sure I can actually do something about that. Scouting report finished. You know what? Christine would be a below average driver, but she has a decent amount of potential, which should help us to see some improvement in her skills. She's very good at cornering, but she's not one for feedback, so we can't really rely on her if we ever sign her up. I don't think we need to sign her up right now. Right. Let's see where we're going next. Performance work is almost done. Ooh, what's this? Ozu will do well this weekend, I expect that. Yes, there we go. Another line of financial concern from the boss. We did spend $60 million on the new building, and as you can clearly see, the money just plateaued. I don't think we can make this money less unless we get some pay driver work. Got it, Chairman. Oh, crap. The new engine isn't there yet. I guess we'll just have to build this one for next run. Oh crap, not improvements. Parts. I need better reliability on the gearbox, if you will. Thank you. And for the next run after the Black Sea, Munich will need low-speed corners and medium-speed corners, so we're also going to improve that. So that's front wing and suspension. These are for next run, since they're going to be they're gonna be important for the next run after this. Let's just crash. Alright, let's pray that this works. I'm not too confident about the ERS thing, really. But if our drivers are happy with the parts they're using right now, I think we'll be going a bit better than what we think. These are pretty much the stats we had before we moved up to the Asia Pacific Super Cup, so hopefully we'll be able to get something out of this. Now that we've saved that up, let's go to the start of the 2027 season. And since we're not going to be doing the speed run, or rather the sprint road for the Black Sea, it's going to be the long one with this long chicane, with this L chicane here, or the hairpin and then the chicanes. Things will be a bit funny. Okay, our feedback numbers are pretty decent at least. Remember, we're going for the classic slowest tire for endurance setup. We're going for speed, a bit of handling, a bit less downforce maybe, or just a good balance of downforce. Then yes, this makes me a bit more confident now, just a bit. Downforce there, some. Okay, let's see if this works. Since it's a 30-lap race, we're hoping we can actually keep the tires a bit round. Right, let's see if we can actually get this. I'm hoping if we can do a one-stop race as is the usual. It's a classic feeler after all. Good thing is we don't need to worry about qualifying rounds in the ERS, so we don't have to worry about that annoying minigame. Here we go. Start practice. Things are dry so far, though I'm seeing some clouds around the 9-minute mark. Hopefully it won't be rainy. Because if it is, we're gonna need some practice with the tires, and that's gonna cut through the durability of our soft tires right now. Flying lap going in now. Judov is showing her skill out here with that cornering. Excellent driving from the Swede. Definitely showing us that she has the better stats over our Spaniard's reserve driver. Handling a bit stiffer, got you. Meanwhile, Leonette seems to be having a good amount of driving with her handling. Judovic having a bit of a hard time keeping fastest lap. I'm feeling like Cardenas or Lormore are gonna run this. Yep, there's Lormore, one of our older enemies. Well, not enemies, more like rivals. Alright, Oof, what was that? Handling is spot on. Looks like Aria Leonette is very happy with her setup right now, even though she's only at 11th. Judovic is at 8. Ooh, that's a bit of a jump. Still faster on the other side, but we're still doing some pretty nice setups here. I think I'm going to send Judovic back in now so we can stiffen up the handling. 7.5 minutes left, but the setup knowledge is already halfway through medium, so that seems like a good sign. Bit drop there. Downforce is great. Handling and speed balance need a bit more work. And we're down to 7 minutes in practice. Still no sign of them calling in any rains. It's a bit cloudy at least. So handling should be a bit stiffer. Let's go with this. And go for 4 laps. And keep the same set of tires. Rio Leonette will probably need a bit more fix-up too, since she's already down to 16th. Bit of a rough patch here. Oh, by the way, I'm not too sure we're going to be doing any more than 2 legs today, especially since I started late, and we did spend a good amount of the first hour trying to set up our preseason properly. Ooh, Judovic went down low. So here's hoping we can actually do something better next time. Ooh, she's down to 12. So let's see how far we can actually go here. Hopefully we'll go somewhere pretty decent. Oh! Judovic is already near high setup knowledge while Leonette is still going halfway. Handling was down before. She said she wanted it to be stiffer. What the heck is she going for? Is it when it's stiffer it's supposed to be softer? I don't get it. Okay, it was a bit of a softer issue, so I guess we need to... It needs to bit more on the oversteer then. Okay, let's go with this, see if this works. Rio Leonetto still running with only 50% on her tires though, but she's now down to 13th. Judovic is up to 15th. Now we reach race trim and soft tires at max. Doesn't seem like we're gonna need to worry about water situations, but anything can happen on race day actually. So we gotta keep an eye out on that. Alright, now Judovic is at high setup knowledge. Rio Leonette is still halfway through medium, and we've only got 2.5 minutes left in practice. Goulias is currently on top of the charts, doing pretty well for Octane. The Belgian showing us why he's one of the top riders in the ERS right now. Speaking of top riders, Hornblood, Buhi, Lormore, Ramsey, not a lot of very familiar names anymore. Looks like a lot of the others have already either retired or moved up in the ranks to other more established series. So we're probably going to be facing off with some newer rivals this season. Still a bit more work for Ria Leonette. I don't think she's going to get too high as it's almost done for practice. Judovic seems to be happy with her setup though. Yeah, no, Ria Leonette isn't gonna make it. Her stats aren't exactly rolling so far. And this despite the fact that Judovic is actually lower thanks to that cult thing. There's practice, we're now 13th and 14th. I wonder if we can change this in the actual race. We'll have to pray. There's feeling. We actually didn't change Aliolena's setup at all since we put her in full running. I don't know if her setup will be okay, so we'll have to pray and hope that her setup doesn't need much fixing. So we're pretty much on the lower end of the table for now. What? But Ramsey's one of the best drivers out there. Pretty lame practice session. We're still going through the motions of things. Oh, there we go. It's raining in the Black Sea right now. And we expect it to be a bit on the wet side of things for a bit. We'll keep this set up on there. So race trim and pit stop. No, let's go for soft tires. Increase their performance. Just in case. Okay, her downforce is a bit low, but I think that's okay for now. And I think even with just this handling, Jurovic could be okay. So I think we can probably work this out. Remember, it's going to be a 30-lap race, so if we're lucky, we could probably just keep them in the same setup. I'm gonna keep Jurovic out. Perez will be lucky to get the part she has right now. 3, 2, 1. No, let's keep that. Lights out and go, go, go! Ooh, not a good start from Jurovic there. She's down to 11th already. So is Perez, who's now down at 9th. A bit of a rough patch because they had to break in. We'll probably have to push the tires instead of the engines at this point. And the ERS is going to be a problem because we are not exactly that good out there. Oh, Jurovic ran wide, real wide, really bad there. Perez, meanwhile, trying to get out of 9th, going into 8th on that hairpin. Now through the lazy S just before the start. A bit of a slowdown there, and Perez loses her 9th on the home corner. Or loses her 8th spot on the home corner. Now Hornblatt is fastest lap. Ooh, some ERS drivers already. Jurovic getting left behind there. Perez fighting with everybody else for ERS consistency. She's now down to 13th. A bit of a rough patch for everybody. Jurovic managed to come back, and she is now in 19th, or rather 18th. They did say we have consistency for, we have some extra charging consistency with the pack we use, but it's not exactly showing up right now. I don't feel too confident about this. Should we just keep it with them? Okay, it was Jurovic that had a better engine. That makes sense. Let's leave it to them for the time being. Everybody's still dealing somewhat with the decent setup over here. Hopefully, if it stops raining around the 15th, we'll be able to drive more decently. And we'll just need that one stop at that point. As we start lap 4, things still haven't changed much up front. Moncoy, Reeves, and Mazzoncini still topping the charts. Jurovic still having trouble getting out of 19th place. Oof. She's now back to 18th as Chu blocks him. Oh, Chu! I haven't seen Nick Chu in a while. He's still driving, huh? I thought he already retired. Anyway, up here, Perez ahead of Balkan, but Conclave is still blocking her. It looks like Conclave and Hornblatt are keeping Perez from getting into the top 10. Jurovic is now back in 20th. And she's having some struggles there. Perez also losing some spots here. 26 laps to go, both of our drivers still struggling to get out of the lower half. Not much of a change there. Mork still on top. Tires are still pretty decent so far. I think it's going to be a bit of a change once we reach lap 7, though. It looks like we're getting some more rain around lap 10. Perez trying to overtake Conclave, still struggling. Dronovich is now in 17th. Wonder how the parts are going to be for these drivers now that most of the setups are stock with all of the engines still working on it. Perez getting some grappling in on the home corner. Still stuck in 11th, and Bingham is now right behind her. Concliffe still pretty much on good defensive positioning, not really giving Perez an inch. Judovic is still at 17th, but she could probably push this a bit further if she has a bit more running with the tires. Maybe. Tire wear is still not much of a factor, but we're seeing 50% numbers now, so we might have to worry about that. Judovic still struggling to get past Lormore. Perez still getting some trouble getting past Conclave. Oof. Really can't take advantage of that. Now Perez goes down to 12th after Bingham jumps out of nowhere, taking over both her and Concliffe. Still using some pretty good running over that. Looks like the rains are going to stop around lap 15, so there's a good chance we can actually push further up there. Now Perez goes down to 13th as the other drivers are rolling up with ERS again. ERS all the way down, and now Perez is dropped to 14th at the start of lap 8. Things aren't looking too hot for our drivers, despite the fact that we're rolling with some pretty decent engines. It's mostly because we're struggling with the ERS users. Oof! Judovic got blocked by Ramsey before she can go to 16th. Things are starting to heat up now. Chu going for the ERS push. Can he drive up? Nope. Judovic with some excellent defending there, but she got overtaken on the breakup prior to the home corner, and we're starting lap 9 with even worse numbers than before. In 2 laps now. It's been 2 laps that Norlin has been blocking Perez, unfortunately. Looks like we're starting to tire wear. Starting to struggle with tire wear, rather. We'll have to change around lap 15, so we'll have to... oh, crap. Perez already asking for new tires as we start lap 10 a bit too early. I guess we pushed the tires a little too far. Parts conditions also not looking too hot. Judovic is now at 16th, showing some pretty good promise there. Just need to get into the hot zone for this one. 20 laps to go, starting at lap 11th, and both of our drivers are now pretty close. We've seen some, we're seeing some pit crews in the back as well. Ooh, Judovic with some excellent ERS usage there. She's now behind Perez. It's now 12-13 for both of our drivers. Oh, who the heck was that? That was Chu with the ERS as well, but he's already asking for a pit change. A bit too early. And things might start to get a bit drier now, as Perez and Chu are still fighting over here for 11th. Perez jumping into 10th because of those overtakes and pit changes. Now we're starting lap 12, but it looks like Perez will have to switch out early. I'll have to give her some durability runs. Parts conditions... no need to recharge the battery. Pit change will be the same. I think Jurovic will also have to run this decently, but I think she can stay for at least one more run. Smoothness is going to help us here, hopefully. Gonna have to conserve the tires just in case. She'll have to wait out until she can oh, sweet. And front wings. Alright, now Judovic is up to 16. Make that second. Let's see if she can stay there. She's already down to 11%. I don't think she'll be able to get anywhere near good with that. Norland's still on top, but he's already out on the weird run there. Out to, Yep, she's losing her heating a little too much. Everybody else behind her is still on tire outs, but I think they're also going to switch out. Fortunately, Judovic will lose second place here. Yep, we're off target now. She's now down to 8th, 11th. Yeah, no. We're now down below 12 for Perez, Judovic at 15th. We'll see if these guys can actually come back into things as everybody else have gone for supers. Picarini and De Silva Melo are still in inters, so are Mook and Ramsey. 16 laps to go. There's still a lot of racing to do here. Hopefully we'll be able to actually get some running out of this. Perez down to 12th as Cardenas snatches her position with an ERS run. Mock is still driving with inters. He'll have to switch out soon, as the road is now about to go really dry. Reeves just about ready to snatch that spot. Yep, Mock has now switched over. Judovic has come back from behind, and she's back to 13th. 15 laps to go, and our drivers seem to be doing decently in the mid-pack so far. Even with the ERS thing, it's looking pretty nicely. Judovic has her hands full with defending, though, as Lormore and Funker are ready to push her out. Perez doing pretty decently so far as well. And there goes Judovic. She gets overtaken on the chicane, on the hairpin. Perez using the ERS to get away from Lormore. Too bad the slow corner got to her, and now she's down to 13th. Judovic also using her ERS on the quick drive. Letting our drivers use their ERS is a bit more tactical than us doing that for them, really. At least from my point of view. And now that's Funker blocking both of our drivers. Lormore and Mazzuzzini getting overtaken. Not exactly a good look. Yeah, we're dropping 14 and 15 as we start lap 18. Let's see if our durability can actually help us here. It's a bit of a slow run. Everybody else is going for super softs. I wonder if they'll be able to keep it to the end of the race. If not, we might have a chance here. Durability over speed, remember. Thanks to that rain, we did manage to keep most of our tires okay. 12 laps to go. Fuel is still pretty decent. Now here's hoping we can actually do some speed running as everybody else starts going for pit crew changes towards the end, since everybody went for super softs instead of softs. Judovic now up to 11. Perez still at 14th, but getting real close, using her cornering knowledge. And there goes Perez up to 12th, using the ERS very sparingly, but making the most out of it on the corners. Reeves has gone for a pit change and is now going down really badly. It's now 9-10 for both of our drivers. Still a good chance for some of the other drivers to stay in the lane, but it looks like Goulias is just about ready to go. So is Bingham. Kostrup also closing in. Balkan about to eat most of her tires. Cardenas definitely going. There goes Goulias. He also has some engine issues, and he's trying to get a fix-up on that. Let's see if we can actually take advantage of that. Judovic now in 4th. We're in the sponsor range now. Only 10 laps to go. Perez will have 2. We'll probably have to conserve tires for both of our drivers now. And Perez is now down to 24% on her engine, so she'll have to be playful with that. It would be really nice if Judovic can actually do a quick, or rather a pretty good podium finish on her debut race with our team, but that would be a little too much to ask, don't you think? Let's see if we can actually stay in here. Judovic steady on 3rd, but Kostrup is closing in on her. Remember, we're trying to keep our tires conserved until the end of the race. Even with their smoothness up, it's going to be a bit of an issue. Now it's only 8 laps to go. We still got a lot of racing to roll with. Kostrop still has a good amount of racing here. This is not good. Tire wear is really going down quite rapidly. Perez might drop here. Jodovic is now in first, but this is a little too early. Can we go for... Oh, I do have enough fuel. Let's see if we can outpace them just for speed. Perez will also have to switch out soon. This is not good. I'm on Judovic. Well, Judovic will definitely have to fall back here, but I'm confident she can switch out rather quickly. Do I risk it? No. Let's just keep it safe. She will lose her first place here, but I think she'll be able to come back rather quickly. Still got 6 laps to go. We'll have to pit Perez as well. I wanted it to be a 2-stop race, but their tire durability kind of ate up things. Oof. Judovic now has some more racing to do, as she's now 6th, make that 5th. As long as we can at least go up to our sponsor objective, we'll be fine. Bingham is still pretty high there. Well, as much as I like to give her more fuel, she's gonna have to deal with the fact that she is... Ooh, we're now up to 4th. Perez has gone down in 9th. Get us in the podium at least. Yes, I know the engine's now down on power. That was on me. I totally forgot that she was using the weaker engine, but at least we can give her that. Okay, if that's what you want. Oh, no, not really. Let's keep that over there. Let's go for push on this one. Let's see if Judovic can make the most out of the soft tires we have. Only 4 laps to go. But there's still a good chance we can at least get Judovic to the podium. If not the Oh! Okay, that's not good. Mock crashed on the elbow. Hairpin here. Ugh. Not good there. 47 seconds remaining. I think we'll have to... Yeah, we'll have to soften up these guys for that long. No, don't pit. We're only for... it's only a virtual safety car. 3 laps to go, and only a couple of seconds on slowdown. Dang it. Without that crash, we could have made 3rd. 5, 4, 3, 2... Alright, go to high again. Alright, let's see if we can still catch up to Bingham, so we can at least score a podium on our return race. Yeah, there's still a good chance we can actually snatch 3rd, if we are tactical here, and I feel Judovic has enough racing acumen to know when to use her booster, as we now enter the last 2 laps of the race, and now Judovic... Oh no, it's Goliath who actually gave us the spot here after a pit change. Very late pit change, in fact. And now there's Perez coming up to 6th. Judovic at 3rd. Can she jump even higher and get ahead of Bingham? Towards the last lap of the race. Only 1 lap remaining. Let's see if she can actually do this. That's not good. Perez is already down an engine. 0% on the engine. Let's see if she can survive and end the race at least. I don't think Judovic is gonna get ahead of, Ooh, nope. Nope, she couldn't get away. Well, whatever. That was a pretty good finish, pretty good debut for Judovic there, finishing at third, while Perez actually manages to stay in sixth despite the poor condition of her engines. We managed to survive that. Pretty good welcome back race to the European Racing Series, all things considered. I am very happy with that finish. Thankfully, because of the better knowledge with the ERS that the drivers have, we're using them. They're using it a bit more effectively, and it doesn't look like they're having that problem with the sudden change. Although it is kind of risky that we had to switch at the last few laps there. We did plan to make that a one-stop race, but still. Let's see if we got any breaks. Nope, no rules broken, thankfully. On target there. We got third. Chairman will be really happy with that. That's a good start. Ooh, it's only up to top 7 for scoring right now, which means we're pretty much in a good spot since we scored early. 4 points for Chudovic and 1 point for Perez, while everybody else on the south are a bit on the low ends. We start the season at third. I'm pretty happy with that actually. Ostrop looking too good. I'm very happy with Jurovic's opening performance, and I'm also happy that Perez is actually making the rounds there, despite the fact that she had a worse engine and her tires burned up a little earlier. Let's hope she doesn't drop in skills just yet. Expected result, you came third. Chairman's gonna be happy with that. Yep. Seeing some stat growth for Perez, for Asuncion Leonet here. Ugh. Bit low. We're starting to get some low downs here. Chica Balcazar, Mitsuki Naito. Oh, Tarasenko is starting pretty heavily here in Doha. Getting past Balcazar and her teammate Naito. That puts Steinman on top again at the opening of the World Motorsport Championships. Meanwhile, in the Asia Pacific Super Cup, Esprit with an early lead. That's a surprise. Ruby's Motorsport and Risato Corsa also showing up weirdly on top. Kirov is on fifth. The previous champions, where were they? Previous champions were Valbuena, but I don't see any Valbuena driver here. And looks like, on our part of the lane, pretty good start, all things considered. And the engine is finally built. Yes, thankfully. Can't start improving it until we finish repairs, though. What's this? Ugh. What do you mean we have the worst drivers on the grid? I don't get it. Okay, design a new engine. That's the only thing we need to worry about, thankfully. So that's gonna... 62 days before the race, not enough for durability. I'll have a boost to performance, so I think we're good with that. I'll take it. I think we'll be... Once we get at least a couple of great parts, we'll start with, who wants the new engine? And then, how's on the news? Air condition... Ooh, pretty rapid drop. Total time to fix 45 hours, unfortunately. It was the interview like. Yeah, we need to build up on this success. We need to build it up on as a team. I know if we have chosen to praise Jurovic, it'll give her a morale boost, but she's currently at max morale thanks to that cult thing, which is still around. I hope she doesn't do any more of that cult thing afterwards. Anyway. Please tell me oh, dang it. This is not good. Her stats have peaked. We might have to switch Perez soon. Or, well, I think she's still pretty happy with that. Our fastest pit stop was 4.652 with the tires, but we still need to work on that. Yes, thanks to that. Let's see if we'll be able to finish things up with that soon. Not too good of an option there. We've already got somebody worn out. Why aren't you changing them out yet, dude? Oh well, whatever. Our repair is complete. Alright. Now we can go back to improving reliability of those parts. Ooh. 1 hour before race, though. I wonder. I mean... all these are important, so I think we'll be okay with just these for now. So we'll work with that. They're still pretty happy with everything. Ooh, sponsors, who do we get? Access Sport! They don't have an upfront payment, low. And they want us to be first or nothing. I think I'll go with Transantarctic for the time being, since I need the money. Okay, let's see what we got in the mail. Freddy Gokfist would be an average driver. He has the ability to improve, though, and he's pretty good at cornering, but he's not very fit. So far. See how that works. Not too confident about that run. Oh! Yeah, very smooth. He's also pretty young. Too bad he's still signed with Oberhof as a reserve, and they're not really in the mood for driving the ERS. No! Dude! What the heck? She is already a reserve driver. You're already pretty much on top there. What the hell do you want? Well, she's got a personality. That's a problem. How's her morale? Her morale's still pretty high. Caught speeding. Why can't... I want her to have marketability boosts, not these. Well, the fitness at minus 2 is also already pretty nasty, all things considered, but she's happy that... she should be happy she's still rolling here, to be honest. Why would I fire my reserve driver? You gotta see, I would be a low-quality driver. His potential is good, though, and given a chance, he can certainly become one of the better drivers in Championship. He's very adaptable, but he's not exactly consistent. Wow. She was underselling it. Dang, no consistency at all. No good at braking, absolutely no focus. Dang it, man. Okay, we're going to Munich in 1 week. 29 laps. All the crucial parts are spec, so it's going to be a close one. It's going to be abrasive. And since it's 29 laps, there's a good chance we'll just be rolling with a single single stop this time. Hopefully. Especially with the rain in consideration, too. 5 days? I just need at least great engines. Well, that's the only thing we can do, really. A test track is just level 1. Oh, the helipad. What is it about the helipad? Oh. Gives him a place to land a chopper. Bianca Serrao one of the weaker drivers. She has decent amount of potential, which should help us see some improvement. She's very consistent, but she's not exactly smooth with the tires, so that's an understatement. Ugh. Not exactly one for not exactly one for our current car setup. What's happening in Yokohama right now? Naito now grabbing one for Steinman over his teammate, and he gets to 12 points. Not that it matters much because Steinman still gets 20 points total, grabbing a really commanding early lead over their classic rivals Scuderia Rossini, but Windsor Racing, with their win here, managed to grab second in the standings now. Panther, meanwhile, comes back to scoring, with Koivilainen scoring third at the end there. But they're still only at fifth place on the team standings. Blaise Ruiba from Boa Esperanza is not there yet. Pit crew is a bit better than the others, but still working on it. Sponsors only third best, staff second best, headquarters second best. Drivers are the worst in the league, fortunately. I think we're good financially. Yes, I know you, Chief. I know what you mean. Vexala Motorsport are likely to struggle, even though they've oh yeah, likely to struggle despite the fact that Kostrup had a good spot there in the Black Sea. Yes, I got you, boss. I know we don't have enough money. Ah, there's a new engine. You want to put it now? Like, I mean, it's good, but the durability is questionable, so I think I'm gonna stick with this engine for now. Then we'll probably switch over Perez to the higher one, and then we'll make a great engine. Keep Perez in the good engine, and then we'll save up the money for next time when we go for illegal parts. So for that, I'm going to need a reduction. No need to worry about build time. I need, or maybe I do. What's the calendar about? Dubai is going to be a speed run, so yeah, definitely need some. I need to be built faster. So we're going for a reduction in build time. Extra build time there, unfortunately. What's this? Top speed minus 20 to max. Let's go with this. That's pretty much it. I think we'll be good with these parts for now. And then we'll save for illegal parts towards the end once we get more money from the sponsor. Speaking of which, Luxina will be with us for 4 more races. Condor Telegrams will stay for also the same length. La Roca is with us for 6. Kashima is with us for 9. And Hypertech is with us for 8. Our marketability is still down in the dumps. I really need to get back up for this. Jurovic needs to pull her weight in the marketability department, to be honest. Can't improve the reliability of the engines just yet. Four hours after the race? Are you kidding me? Dang it. I still have to worry about the rear wings, too. We'll have to worry about these next race. So I think we should go here now. We go... Oh! I thought it was going to be 4 hours after the race. What the heck? We're already done. Alright, improve the reliability of these ones. These will be for next race. How long will it take for the new engine to go around? 17 days. I'm not too sure it will be finished in time. Well, whatever. Let's save up here again. Unfortunately, it looks like this might be the last race for the night. Much as I'd like to go for another one. I did come in late, so... Well, I came in late, and I also had to do some extra stuff. Second or above, can we do this? I think we can try. Let's pray that we can actually score second or above, or at least hit first. Welcome back to sunny Munich, although it looks like it might be raining, so that's going to be a problem. Lots of hairpins here. That chicane is going to be a problem. Main issue is that, oh, just as I expected, it was going to be wet. Oh, feedback is now up to 14. Excellent there. Maybe acceleration, so we're going for oversteer here and a bit more downforce, really. Okay, maybe not that much downforce. Tire choice. Do we want to stay in this? Because it looks like it's going to be wet. I think I'm going for inters, and then we'll go for mediums afterwards, if we still have enough time. That's a lot of downforce here. Bit more balance there. Okay, now let's stick to inters for the time being, and then we'll switch out to wets, or to the standard slicks once it dries up. Probably around 6 minutes, I don't know. Let's see if things... Let's see if this doesn't change anything. Here we go. Practice time. 12 minutes of practice here in Munich. Let's see if things are going to change rather quickly. Rio seems to be growing, getting her setup knowledge reps faster than Jurovic for now, so that might be a sign that things will need to be switched up with Jurovic after this flying lap. Everybody else still on pits for some reason, taking a while to switch out of their softs. There it is. Around 9 minutes in, we'll be seeing some drying of the tires. So we'll probably have enough time to at least get this to get the intermediates to level 1, and then we'll switch out to mediums as soon as we're done. Ooh, really happy with the gear ratios, huh? There we go. Spent the past minute for the flying lap. Let's see how far our drivers are going to go with this one. Steering seems just right here. Nice one. Jurovic with some good cornering there. Also getting some space in. But Ario Leonet with the inside. Excellent excellent defending from the Spaniard. Everybody else have all gone out now. Leonet still has the... Rio still has the purple on the timers. Let's see if it doesn't change after... Ooh, still not changing there. After the exit on that sector. She might score the best time for this run. Never mind. We're seeing Picciarini with a change in numbers as well. Jurovic at second. Picciarini at third. Right, so halfway in, we're going to have to change tires. The arrow isn't right. Okay. Sending Jurovic now. Picciarini is now on top. Hang on. Mock jumping up to first again. Zampelli still... Oh, no, is it Locatelli? No, it's Archer now. Ozu is down here with us for some reason. I thought they already got lifted up to the European race, the Asia Pacific Super Cup. I think I mixed them up. Oof. Ario Leonet down to 4th. Jurovic down to 7th. Bit of a change there. Okay, downforce and handling are awful. Gonna have to switch her out to medium tires for the time being. She needs more downforce, right? Switch on medium. Let's see how Aria Leonette goes with this one, though. She's currently on second, going down to third pretty rapidly. Probably gonna need some changes after this. Down to fifth, now going down to sixth. Seventh. Eighth. She's loving the handling nonetheless, but they might need to switch her out. Okay, I'm switching her out now. As roads are starting, the road conditions are starting to dry up. Ugh! Switch out to mediums. Let's see if things will change now that she's out of the pits. Judovic is down on 20th as we enter the last half of practice. Balkan is now on top with some pretty good times there. Judovic is starting her flying lap on mediums. Let's see if things change here. Race trim is up at level 2. Hopefully we can at least get the mediums to level 1 so we can get some more performance out of that. Doing some pretty good timing so far. I don't think she'll have any complaints about that. Setup knowledge is almost at high. Personal best on the sector also, but 0.10. Handling isn't working so well right now? What the heck? Well, we'll send you back in, see if we can change anything before the practice ends with 3 minutes on the job. But that's a pretty good jump there. I can feel the handling is much better now, thanks. Yeah, that's good enough. Oh, it's gonna be raining at the last minute at least. Ario Leonette up to 17th. Everybody's still on inters for some reason. Now she's down to third. She's up to third. Balkan still driving pretty decently. Ah! Okay, so it should be a bit more understeer. A bit more understeer then. See if this works. Hopefully it does. Gonna keep that same tire out there. We've only got 2 minutes left in practice. Ario Leonette getting some pretty good times in. She's got best in sector on that one. Race trim is up to level 3. Pretty nice jump over there. Your racers are just right. She's getting purples. Well, she is driving with me, while everybody else is in inters. So I think they're foreseeing some pretty rainy racing. Now, last lap of the race. Let's see if Judovic will have anything more to say before the race is over. But Judovic is now at second. Starting a new flying lap. Let's see how far she goes. Both of our drivers are at pretty high setup knowledge, so that's going to be helpful. Okay, medium tires at level 2. Very nice. Ario Leonette is up on top so far. Let's see if Judovic changes anything with that. Nope, she finishes that one at second though. Not too bad for our drivers, but I don't feel like that's going to translate well in the actual race, especially with the rains to worry about. Pretty impressive on the practice there. Both of our drivers going pretty well there so far, and it looks like we're going in cloudy. Now I'm less confident. We can go for medium and race trim, though intermediate might be helpful. See that weather port. Now I think we're going for medium for the time being. Keep it in durability. Race trim and medium. And we'll switch out. Yeah, that's better handling at least. And switch over to mediums again. We're going for durability here. Very charge 5%. Once again, we're going to leave everything to them. We're pretty much in the back though, thanks to that reverse grid order in the European Racing Series. And leave it at that. I guess the charge is a bit more the charge efficiency is a bit more apparent the longer you drive, as they seem to be getting their charges much faster than I thought they would. Anyway, here's the start. Djokovic almost got to 17th, but Norland was there to block her. Unfortunately, Bingham takes advantage of that run, and Bingham is now at 17th. Meanwhile, Perez down at 15th. Almost got past Reeves, but it was a bit of a traffic jam on the opening run. Couldn't get past them on the corner as well. Ugh. Bump and grind here. Ooh. Costa up out of nowhere, jumping to 18th because of that braking. And there's Perez trying desperately for an outside corner overtake. Too bad she was a little too slow. Djokovic once again on the tail end. A bit of a pile-up here on this hairpin. Coming up on the home corner. Da Silva and Funker still on top. Might have to change some things out here sooner or later. Pizzarini with fastest lap. What? That scared the hell out of me. Sorry about that. And there's Perez getting overtaken by the other drivers going for ERS a bit too early here. Now both of our drivers are at the tail end. Everybody else going for ERS running a bit too early. I guess they're going for speed rather than durability. Still no sign of weather changes so far, at least from what we can see from the forecasting center, so I think we're okay. Perez taking advantage of that turn to get back into 18th, but having trouble getting back higher because of the extra traffic. How are things going on over this side of things? Oh, what? Sorry about that. I had some weird... dang it. Why is it activating now? Anyway, right up on top, that's Perez going into 17th. Having trouble keeping it there. As Kostra blocks her again. She's now down at 19th. Both of our drivers going for a tap, tap, tap on the ERS. Trying to keep up with the rest of the racers. Now that we're a bit on the back end again, we might have to worry about... Ooh. Yeah, definitely have to worry about tire wear or tire heating. Things are a bit too cold. 26 laps to go, starting lap 4, and all of our drivers are pretty much behind, but it's not exactly a far race as Da Silva Melo is only ahead by 12 and 13 seconds respectively. Both of our drivers pretty close running, even with all the ERS shenanigans going on. I have to say, it is very nice when everything seems to be a bit more stock, though it could be less exciting for more higher-end driving fans. There goes Jurovic up on top at 18th. Perez having trouble keeping Kostrup out of the way. 25 laps to go. We're nowhere near our sponsor objective. Both of our drivers are having trouble staying in it. I don't know if durability will be enough to keep us in the running here. It might have to do another two-stop race again. At least the charge efficiency is okay, which means that we'll have enough charging once we get up to speed. 24 laps to go. And there goes Perez trying to keep abreast with Kostrup, just using her ERS on the run there. Jurovic still pretty decent. Tire heating not exactly up to snuff. Tire wear though. There goes Jurovic with a 16th, getting past Bingham on that slow corner. But I don't think she'll be able to defend that as she hits the hairpin trying to get away. Cardenas ahead of her as we start lap 7. There goes Perez going down to 20th again. Bit of a traffic jam. There goes Bingham with an ERS push. He still has enough energy to stay with us even without our own ERS. Jurovic having trouble keeping Bingham away there and losing 16th because she hit the brakes a little too early. Not quite effectively defending against Bingham. Perez is now down at 31% our engines. 22 laps to go as we start lap 8. We're still in a pretty nasty spot as far as tire wear is concerned, so I think we'll have to conserve a bit more, wait for everybody else to switch out. Still no sign of any rain, but it's going to be cloudy at least until the next 7 laps. Jurovic almost got overtaken by Norland, who used the ERS on the hairpin. Well, not the hairpin, the chicanes. And there she goes, getting overtaken. Oh, we're seeing some pit crews now. That's Da Silva and Hornblood. And now Perez is having trouble with Cardenas, and Jurovic is having trouble with Gulias. But Jurovic is now in 13th. Tire wear, though, is going to be an issue now, as both of our drivers are down. Perez at 38. Jurovic at 41. Kostrup still doing a good job of keeping Perez away. Yep, the engine parts are having issues now. Should probably go for low for this one. She'll have to be a bit more defensive. Jurovic is now at 10th. Still a long way to go from our objective. That is 2nd or above, so we can get a sponsor bonus. But we're doing pretty good time as far as durability is concerned, although it seems like Gulias might be running a bit better than us. Oh, that's Kostrup finally overtaken. Let's see if Perez can actually hang on a bit more for that as we start lap 11. Jurovic now up 9th as Mezzozzini goes for a pit lane change. Cardenas going for ERS, trying to stay with Norlin. Jurovic, meanwhile, still behind Gulias by a second. Not exactly a good gap there, all things considered. Tire temperature starting to switch up again. They're starting to struggle a bit with tire wear on ooh, that's Jurovic with an 8th with an ERS assisted overtake. Starting lap 12, giving her one more lap before we switch her around. Alright, let's put Perez in first and go for durability over speed. I can't really fix the engine because that's gonna eat up our speed, and we're already pretty bad here. Jurovic will have to stay in there. Hopefully she can keep it up as we go for runs here. As Kostrup is now Gulias is threatening to get past Jurovic again. Chu is about ready to pit. Kohi, Picciarini, and Reeves don't seem to be doing anything about that. Oh, never mind. As Picciarini going in, Jurovic is now 4th. Balkan and Lormore still up there. Reeves still ahead by 4 seconds. We'll have to send Jurovic in now. Ooh, there's a mistake. I saw a mistake. Not good. So we'll have to go for safe, balanced pit crew here. Perez is now down to 16. Jurovic down to 4th. I don't think she'll be able to keep it. Go for neutral driving for this one. Jurovic down to 15% on her tires, but she'll have to switch out soon. Which means we're gonna see her drop in standings again. Alright. She's now down to 10th. Make that 13th, 14th, maybe even 15th. Nope, she's at 14th. Things seem to be okay on her end, at least. We go for conserve. Keep the tires conserved. Maybe we can keep her alive for a bit longer. And then we'll push up when things start getting hot again. Or start getting cold again, rather. Everybody else have gone for speed here, unfortunately, so that's going to be a problem. I wonder if Perez can actually come back from this one, as everybody seems to have gone for rapid running. 15 laps to go. A bit risky to go on mediums, but I think if we can stay for much longer and just rely on the ERS, things might be easier. Now that's Jurovic up to 12. Hornblad is behind her still. Gulias again ahead of her, going for supers or going for softs. We're keeping Perez on low speed so that the engine doesn't die out a bit early. But she's doing pretty well, all things considered, even with just these setups on tires and all that. 14 laps to go. That's Hornblad pretty close to Jurovic. I don't think she's gonna like that. Gulias, 2 seconds ahead now. Getting some engine runs on that one. Oof. Not exactly pretty happy with that. Gotta put her up to neutral running there. Da Silva, Mello, and Concliffe now on top. 22 seconds ahead of Perez, 14 seconds ahead of Jurovic. Let's see if Jurovic can come back from this. 13 laps to go as we start lap 17. Still pretty close there, Hornblad. While Gulias is now 2 seconds still, but a bit... still seconds ahead still, but a bit weaker now. Now it's Ramsey ahead of Jurovic. Hornblad getting really close out there in the back, almost touching the rear wing, to be honest. If tire heating also... Oh. Tire heating, a bit of an issue again. I think we'll have to push it up before the tire starts grading because of the cold. 12 laps to go. Jurovic still in the back, using the ERS to get into things. Ramsey still blocking her. Is there a chance for her to get past Ramsey now? Let's see. Yep, there goes Jurovic, now up to 11th. Sorry about that, I had to check something and suddenly popped up. Ooh, Perez has a good amount of energy stored. There she goes, using some of that. Jurovic now up to 11th. Still keeping a good pace, but having trouble staying in that. 11 laps to go. Tire wear is starting to be a really big problem for both of our drivers, mostly because of the heating. Perez still in the back. Jurovic still at 11th. Let's see if she can change things up from here. Why isn't she using that? Maybe she's going to keep that for the last spurt, so to speak. Some of these guys up front will be switching out tires before we hit the 20s, I feel like. Yep, there goes Da Silva and Mazzoncini already on switch outs. Perez can't get in there fast enough. Oh, she did. She's now up to 16th, and she's using her ERS a little too much. Judovic now up to 9th. We need to at least get both of them up to the top 7 to get some points, and up to top 2 to get the bonus from the sponsors. And things are starting to get really heated. Especially with durability being an issue here. 9 laps remaining. Judovic still at 9th. Can she come back from here? Perez now up to 15th, but not doing well points-wise. We could drop to 6th if we fail to score more here. So we're hoping that Perez can at least come back from things. That mistake really costed us some pretty precious seconds. I guess even when everybody else is low on the, pretty low on the setup there, since it's accumulated failure chance, things definitely went a little overboard there. Anyway, we're now at 5th. Jojovic has the points now. We just need Perez to at least come back and get into the top 7th, though she will have some issues with her tire wear. Gulias at 4th. Reeves at 3rd. Cliff and Balkan have now switched out their tires. And now Judovic is at 3rd. Just need somebody else to get in there. Watson Industries can still keep up the pace if we can keep these tires for the last few runs. Just a few more laps. We just need the tires to be a bit warmer, I guess. Judovic can probably keep these tires rolling for a bit more. Now, I just want her to get past Gulia so she can at least get the sponsor objective, and then we'll play around and be a bit more defensive on the tires. There we go. 6 more laps to go. Perez is also in the scoreboard now. We can jump up to 2nd if we can keep both of our drivers in the running for this one, but we need those tires to be a bit hotter. The Silva Mello almost got Perez in the backflip, and he's got more tires here than Perez does. Oh, Balkan out of nowhere. Trying to get Judovic into some resting. Fairly worn tires, not a good sign there. Judovic now on top, 5 laps to go. Let's see if she can actually survive this. Go for neutrals. Let's see if we can keep that. Pretty good gap between Judovic and Ramsey now, but I don't know if we can keep the tires okay. Ramsey and Perez now fighting for 2nd. Where's Ramsey? Oh, Ramsey's already approaching, already in the middle of the chicanes here, coming up for the hairpin. I know there's enough fuel, but I am not too confident about... Dang it, she's not gonna last. 4 laps to go, and the tire wear is really not doing a lot of happy runs for our driver here. Perez has to survive, at least. Judovic probably needs some more heating. Okay, kind of trying to go for neutral on this one. Heat it up a bit more. Only a few more minutes to go. The tires are really getting eating up now. 3 more laps. I don't think our drivers can last here. Perez has overtaken Balkan, and she's now in 2nd place. Judovic still has 11 seconds of a gap to the next driver. If we can keep this pace, there's a good chance we can go for a 1-2 finish. Trying to be a bit more conservative. No, Perez is now down to 4% on her tires. She's gonna be eaten up. Yeah, no, Perez is about to go. I think I'll need her to switch out. I need to change the parts. Perez will have to drop down. Judovic, though, will have to be a bit more defensive. She's now down to 8%. 2 more laps to go. I don't like this. Very risky driving for Judovic. Perez has gone down pretty badly. Let's see if the tires are underheated. Not good. Let's see if we can get Judovic home. Come on, Judovic, just get home, baby. Ah, dang it. Well, I'll sell for that. I'll sell for 4th, but we're gonna miss a sponsor objective. Dang it. It was the tires. I made a mistake with the pushing. Oh well. Well, we're gonna drop in the rankings though, which is a bit of a shame. But still, it's better than nothing, and I think it can work well with the tires once we get the performance up now. I'll take this. No complaints on my end. Oh, that's the Silva Melo. We missed the sponsor objective, however. And we're still in 3rd at the very least, so that's gonna be good. We missed a chance to go for a 1-2 third for Judovic, but I'm at least happy that the team is still at 3rd overall, so I think we're good. It's just that we missed the sponsor objective, and we did have an... Oh, crap. We came 4th. Dang it! Chairman's not going to be happy. Perez dropped a bit of morale. Marketability dropped a bit as well. And, yeah. Well, at least we got something to build up on for for the next races. And since we're only going to be building up the engine for a couple more, things will be a bit easier now. Let's check the mail first before we call it in for the night. Car condition update. Getting faster for fixing. Just 27 hours. Okay, what do you need? What do you mean? Oh, Perez, come on. Why are you the one that was affected by that? 2/10 slower than the record. We had a mistake. Okay, the best one is Urushibata. 100% stamina, but he's not exactly one for refueling and not exactly a fixer. He's good with the rear jack, though. Not a good line there. I wish I can get better staffers for that part, but can't really do much about it. Those are road car factory. 45 weeks to go, still working on it. Once we get the road car factory set up, we can get some more money, and we can probably focus on improving some of these buildings. Well, we'll need the test track improved. The aim is that we are going to stay in we're going to stay in the European Racing Series for another season, and then we'll try to go up after 2029. See if things can change from there. 14 days. Okay, the next race is in 24. We'll get some extra time to fix things up with the engine once the new one is done, and then we'll focus on getting everything else done. How about we get the car repair completed, and then we'll see if we can fix anything. Okay, improving parts. Yeah, okay. 7 days. This is good enough for now. Hang on, what's on the... Okay, low speed corners and medium speed corners are also crucial, which means... Well, they're already done, I think. Everything seems to be okay for now, so I think we're good with that. They'll pretty much be happy with everything that's gone down, and even though we did fail to snatch the podium and get the sponsor objective, I think we can be happy with the start here. And I'm pretty happy with the stats we're going for, even though we did have Perez drop down a bit. At least we know the benchmark that we need once we go back into the really hot and fast of things. So that next time we go driving, things will be a bit more rolling, or a bit more, how shall we say, a bit more rewarding once we roll. So let's try and go ahead with that. Hopefully next time when we come back to this, the results will be a bit more rewarding, and we'll be able to stay in a decent spot up on the standings, so that we can at least avoid any early promotions and build up our strength, so that once we come back to the Asia Pacific Super Cup, we'll be better prepared for any eventuality. Anyway, thank you so much for dropping by. Hopefully you found this a bit interesting, even though it was a pretty slow start and pretty late one too. Anyway, if you got any complaints or valid reactions about the stream tonight, do not hesitate to drop me a line on my Twitter or my Pixiv. If you got a hankering for the older Motorsport Manager streams that have already expired here on Twitch, or you just want to see other stuff that I've already streamed, please check the VOD archive linked in the About tab of my profile page. By the way, if you're currently checking the VOD, thanks for dropping by. Sorry it was a bit short, and it was a bit of a 50-50. We did have a good start, but the follow-up race was a bit rough towards the end because of my mistake. Maybe next time, things will be a bit different once we get the hang of things again. Hopefully you'll be there, live in the channel watching. Would really appreciate some fresh eyes over here. Fresh live eyes, that is. Speaking of the channel, if you got a friend who might be interested in the stuff I stream, or who just wants to complain about PNG streamers in general, I would really be grateful if you can share my channel with them, twitch.tv/lurk at work. That's all for me for now. Tomorrow it could be another run of Motorsport Manager, so we can get some more points in, or I could be trying some other stuff in the back burner. There's a lot of them, after all. So things might not be the same. Just keep an ear out on what could happen. A lot of things can happen, to be honest, and, well, let's just say that everything is still up in the air. For the time being, though, if you're still in the mood for some streaming, I can send you over to somebody who's currently doing a run of... Well, I don't know what this is. It's called Dispatch? I hear it's something like another kind of management game. Might be interesting for people who want to see some more fancy management controls. Anyway, that would be interesting, I suppose. But if you're heading out for the night, thank you so much for staying with us, even though it was a bit short and a bit late. Thanks again for watching. Lurk at Work will now be RTB. I'll see you when I see you. Good night for those who are heading out, and stand by for those who are about to be sent over.